Okay, looks like oh, hang on just one second. Okay. All right, so we will go ahead and get started. And thanks for anybody who is joining us today. My name is Jamie Chavez. I'm the president and CEO of the Westminster Chamber of Commerce. And each Wednesday, we bring to you a live broadcast featuring one of our newest chamber members to introduce them and give them a chance to talk to you about their business. If you're new to the broadcast, thanks for being here. We appreciate it. I encourage you to like and follow us on Facebook so that you will get notifications for when we go live in the future. And if you're on YouTube, you can hit subscribe and then watch all of our previous broadcasts there as well. We also offer broadcasts on Mondays, which are dedicated to city updates with city councilors, mayor pro tem, and other city staff. So that's your chance to see and hear about what's going on down at City Hall. And then we reserve a few Fridays of the month for Jefferson County updates as well as Adams County updates. So stay tuned for those as well. As you watch the broadcast this morning, please feel free to ask questions, make any comments, say hello in the comment section, and we will get to those during the interview. And now a warm welcome to Molly Jacobs, who's the area director for Postino. You just mentioned you oversee 6 locations. Is that correct?
Yes, this is the 6th one in Colorado. We're so excited.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here. I'm just going to turn it over to you right off the bat, and you can kind of talk to us about Postino and what's happening here in Westminster.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have just opened our doors today to the public. So we're so excited. We are Postino. We are known for, we're a wine cafe, so we're known for our bruschetta and our wine bottles. We'll show you some wine. And then our lovely bruschetta as well. So a little bit about us. We've been around for about almost 22 years. We started out in Arizona and we've expanded to Atlanta, Colorado, Nashville, California, Texas. So we're pretty widespread now. We have almost, I think this will be the 33rd store that we have. And we're really just known for bringing good energy and making people feel good. So, and our hospitality. We like to make people feel good from start to finish when they walk through our doors. And so that's kind of what's going on today. We're excited to be here and have everybody from the neighborhood come in. We just did our friends and family yesterday and the day before, and we had so many excited faces. We had so many people that unfortunately couldn't dine with us too because we were swamped, but such a great feeling to be here. So we're excited.
Awesome. So where are you located?
We are in the Orchard Town Center. We're right next to Lazy Dog, if you are familiar with that.
Yes.
We're pretty close to the, let's say like the little pavilion where you guys do events and stuff in the farmer's market. So if you guys can just walk right on over.
Amazing. And so talk to us about kind of the unique vibe that Postino has, maybe the story behind the brand, and then we'll get to kind of how you chose Westminster for your next location.
Absolutely. So a little bit about the brand. We were founded by Lauren Bailey. She is still she's still actively involved, which is amazing, and Craig DeMarco. And the story that I've been told, the version that I know to be true, is that Craig DeMarco went to Italy and he was like, oh, we don't have a wine bar that's approachable in the States. So how can we make this happen? How can we make this work? So there's a neighborhood in Arizona, and they went knocking on some doors and asked around and was like, hey, would a wine bar work down here in this little neighborhood? And they got turned, a lot of people were like, no, don't open it. So they're like, we're going to do it anyways. So they opened it up, and it was Craig DeMarco at the time. And from the story that I'm familiar with is that Lauren was working there at the location, and they had this old furniture from different places because you're not making a lot of money when you first start out. So all this random furniture, and she's really into the aesthetics and the vibe and just like even where I'm sitting, it's a couch. We always have a couch in every Postino. So it's called Table 35, if you guys ever want to know your table numbers here. So she is really actively involved in like the aesthetics, and she asked Craig, she's like, hey, when we open up or when you're done with this furniture, when you get new furniture, can I take it home or can I start my own business with it? He's like, no, we're just going to do this together. So that was kind of like the birth of Postino, I guess. And from there, I mean, it's been a wild ride. So we, in Colorado, specifically, our first location was Postino Lohi. If you guys are familiar with that, it's right in the Highlands downtown. And we opened that store up about 9 years ago. And it has a nice book wall for its art installation. The wall here is going to be lockers. So super cool. Every single Postino has a different wall. Boulder has roller skates. Nineco has sunglasses. These are all the stores in Colorado. So each one's a little bit unique because the ambiance is so important to us and the aesthetics and how that makes you feel. I know we've probably been in a lot of different restaurants in our life, and sometimes you're like, this one kind of feels odd or it's too bright in here. We really take that to heart. So we have candles every night on every table. We dim the lights. We love music. Music is a huge part of our four walls. So we'll have really loud music, and hopefully you guys think it's pretty tasteful. I think it is. So that's just a little bit about like kind of the environment and who we are. And then you said backstory and what was the other question?
How did you choose your location for Westminster?
Yeah, so gosh, we have a wonderful team that goes out and does some, they kind of scan the market, see what's popular. We have another location out in Highlands Ranch that is more the suburbs, and we do very, very well out there because it's a lot of families, and Postino is it's a different feel. So I think that it's something that the people want and need in their community. And that's what we found in Westminster. It's kind of in the middle of Boulder and Denver. So, we want to be able to bring this place to all the families in the neighborhoods out here. So far it's been a hit, but it's only been 2 days. So we'll see today.
Well, I know people are really excited about it, so I'm sure it's going to be fantastic.
Yes.
What sets Postino, you've talked a little bit about this, but what sets Postino apart from other wine bars or cafes or restaurants?
Yeah, I'd have to say that we're really approachable, just like with our price, and we don't make wine super fancy. We make it easy to order. We want you to feel like you don't have to know everything about wine to get a good wine and for it to taste good. We have happy hour every day until 5 o'clock. So we do $6 glasses of wine, $6 pitchers of beer, and then $25 bottles of wine for happy hour. And that's every single day. So we're a hot spot for happy hour. Come on, bring your friends. Let's go. And then we also do board and bottle on Monday, Tuesday night. So at 8 o'clock, we do a bruschetta board, which I'll show you. I have a little example. I don't want to spill it on myself, but it's 4 pieces of bruschetta. They're all cut, so very shareable for your friends. And then we do a whole bottle of wine for $25. So we have a lot of people that come in. We'll have, a table of 4, and they all get their own bruschetta board and a bottle, and they can take their wine home with them if they don't finish all of it. We'll package it up and send it on your way. So I think we have some really great deals that's approachable to the community. We're not, a super high-end fancy environment. We also encourage you to stay here and enjoy the ambiance and the experience. We're not trying to rush you out the door. So I think that's what makes us a little unique. And then also the hospitality piece. Like I said, we just try and make you feel good with our team service. And, I can only speak on my personal experiences, but there's a lot of restaurants that maybe post-COVID, it's a little bit more a fast transaction. And we really want to be able to take our time with our guests and guide them through the experience. And that's something that I think makes us unique. So,
yeah absolutely. So for somebody that's visiting Postino for the first time, what would you say is a must-try menu item?
Yes. Okay. My favorite item, besides the bruschetta, because that's what we're known for, would be our Italian beef dip. I just am a sandwich person, so I love a good sandwich, but the Italian beef dip has my heart. And then I'd also say probably our chef's charcuterie board. It's like a board with meats and cheeses and bread and our hummus. And that's just like a great shareable for the middle of the table. So we sell a lot of those. But those would be my favorite items. We also have, for those people that have gone to Postino in the past, maybe they haven't come back this past year, we have introduced cocktails to the Postino world.
Okay.
So we've been open with cocktails now for about a year in our market. So that's really changed the name too, because a lot of people come in asking for cocktails and they might not want beer, just beer and wine. So we have a great cocktail selection as well.
So you have a full bar now.
Yes, full
Awesome.
bar. It's awesome. Yeah.
So I used to own a wine bar, actually. It was a coffee and wine bar in
Oh.
Windsor, Colorado. And so I'm curious, because I've been in that world, how do you choose, or how does Postino choose the wines and boards that make it onto your menu?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we have a beverage director. His name is Brent Karlichek, and he knows everything you could possibly know about wine. He's just an incredible human, and he actually goes and creates relationships with different vendors and vineyards. So he'll travel across the world to Spain, Italy, France, and go check out these wineries and partner up with them and create special wines that are just Upward exclusive. So we have about eight wines that are Upward exclusive that you can only get at Postino, and they have very specific labels. So the Holly's Way is one of them. So this is our label specifically for us. And then the Stage Dive, this is one of our top sellers. This is our Pinot Noir. Pinot Noir. So this is also one of our labels. And then we have much, much more. But he actually gets to curate the wine list with his team. So they go out and venture. And then we find really cool stories and really cool people and owners. We try and partner up with like some local and smaller vineyards as well. Like Das Butte is one of our wines. It's from Germany. And I got to meet the owners, the owner and his son last year at a wine tasting. And they were just so proud of their product. And I was excited to see like where it came from, So Brent gets to go out and pick these amazing people to partner with. And so he tailors our wine and our menu. We change it about 3 to 4 times a year. So we might do, it's usually just a small change, like maybe 4 or 5 bottles. We also change it with our Wine Cult subscription. So we do have a Wine Cult, like I said, subscription where you can get bottles of wine for the whole year. It's about 12 a year. And you get fun little perks with it, like a free bruschetta on us, free glass of wine, a $50 gift card or gift certificate to come in, and different perks with that for, gosh, what is it called? Like not a subscription, but maybe you can help me with the word, where you like sign up and it's like a
club or a membership.
Yes. Thank you. I'm, 20 hours into open. My brain is a little scattered now. But yeah, so we have a great little wine club that we do. We haven't launched it here yet. So for the public that lives in the Orchard Center, we will be relaunching with a little bit of a facelift on October 1st. Okay. So you can get added to our sign up list that will alert you when we're ready to go live again. But our team is just in the background working on a few things. So we didn't want to launch it here without it being, the best version of itself. So yeah, sorry, I'm rambling.
No, that's okay. This is your half hour for sure. For the labels that are made specifically for you, how do you who designs the labels, and is it what's the process there?
That's a great question. I have never asked that myself, and I'd love to get back to you one of these days on that. I don't think our marketing, maybe our marketing team does. They do a fantastic job of like anything Postino, anything you see in here on the tables, our signs outside. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were involved in that, but I'm not honestly sure. I'll have to ask.
Yeah, no problem. And are there any like seasonal specials or summer features that you'd like people to know about?
Yeah, so we do a fun cocktail of the month. So we just did our Violet Femme. That was wild. It was gin and lavender. We're not doing that one anymore. We have a new one coming up soon. I believe it's the Dirty Martini. So that will be coming up next. Hint, hint. Hasn't dropped yet. And then we do always a seasonal bruschetta. So we always have a rotating bruschetta for everybody. And then a rotating soup and a rotating draft beer. So right now our draft beer is Ratio Repeater. We're excited to partner with them. They're an amazing local brewery. And then I'm trying to think what other seasonals we have. That's it. Those are the main ones. Yep.
Awesome. I had a question. Oh, catering. Do you guys do catering?
Yes. Great question. Yes, we love catering. Catering is, yes, we do catering, and we do a lot of it in our market. So if anybody needs a cater out there, we use Easy Cater right now. So you can log into Easy Cater and get a full catering. We'll deliver it to you, or you can pick it up. And then we also do like a half size catering just through our normal Toast platform. So you can order online and do a FAM size. It's called FAM. And that's just going to be a half portion of catering, and you can order that same day. Typically, the catering needs to be ordered, I believe, 12 to 24 hours in advance.
Okay.
So if you guys want any catering, you can call the store. We also do in-store catering. So we'll do an in-house event. We'll set you up in a little part of our restaurant. We'll give you a designated server. We do minimums. We try and celebrate the best that we can. Graduation season is wild for us. We do a lot of graduation to go and in-house. And also, what other times of the years are kind of wild for us? Baby showers, yes, and weddings. So we'll do that. We'll do that for the people as well. We have a catering department that will actually help us set all of that up. If it's 20 people or more. So just give us a call. We'll point you in the right direction.
Got it. And then at the Westminster location, do you have like a private room, or do you rent out your facility for events?
So we don't have a private room, but we do have sections that we can kind of close off for that private event. We've done buyouts before where we've, closed out the whole restaurant. But we don't do that often. It's something that's very special. Because there's a lot that goes into that kind of event for us. But last year, we actually catered an event for Apple from Boulder, or out of our Boulder location. It was a huge event for us. We had like 6 servers that went on site. We delivered all the food. We set it up. We had platters. We walked around. That was probably the biggest event I've been a part of. And we actually did it out of 2 restaurants. So we pulled half of our order from Boulder and then half of our order from Lohi. And it was around like $20,000. It was awesome. So if anybody out there is looking for a holiday party, we got you.
Yeah, well, I think that happens all the time. I get calls all the time. Where can we have this event? So that's really good to know. I've had the pleasure of meeting several people from your team over the past few weeks as we've been getting you onboarded in the chamber. And it seems like Postino, like the culture there is just very welcoming. So what is your secret to building such a strong team and such a strong culture?
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, so I was a GM at the Lohi location for about 3 years. And so personally, building a good team and foundation is just the accountability piece. I don't think anybody wants to work in chaos. And I don't think that, if you don't hold your team accountable in the right way, and be understanding, but also be like, hey, we can't walk in late or things like that. You create more of a chaotic environment when you're not following rules, and there's a bunch of gray areas. And so I think one thing that makes us really successful is that we have such a great foundation with leadership. It all starts with leadership. It goes all the way from the top down, right? So if you have people that are always holding you accountable and trying to lift you up in your success and like learn who you are and your personality and have that people piece, it goes a long way. And that's how you're going to build a great team. So that's my personal belief. But I also like live and breathe it with Postino, especially in this region where we're just like even my leaders, there'll be times where somebody's out sick from a different store and I have to call on my other store and be like, hey, can anybody shuffle around their schedule today? We got to get coverage for this store. And our team is just like, yeah, sign me up. I got you. It's not like, no, not today. Like we all try and help each other. And I think that goes a long way. And if there's somebody that maybe doesn't do that, they tend to move on from the company naturally. because maybe that's not for them, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So I think that's how we embody that just through and
Yeah.
through. And it also starts with Jen Beery. She's my director of operations. She used to be the area director here and my boss as a GM. And she's just personally taught me a whole lot about the people piece and the soft skills and how to build teams and navigate tough conversations. And that's what matters. People don't want to talk about the hard stuff anymore. They shy away from the tough conversations. And our team's not afraid of that because we know that we're doing it with the right intention.
Yeah.
You know?
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Great. Well, what's kind of been the biggest surprise or learning since opening the Westminster location and just kind of, having a new home here?
Yes. Our biggest surprise, I would say the last 2 days we did friends and family. And I mean, we did about $26,000 in sales both days. Everything was 50% off for them, which was amazing. So we just had like the craziest turnout. I did not expect. I was just expecting all of our reservations, from our friends and family, but the amount of people that walked up and came in as walk-ins and didn't know about our friends and family and were just like overjoyed that we're open. That kind of came as like a little bit of a surprise because you just don't know until you know. You can assume. You're like, oh, we're gonna crush it. It's gonna be awesome. People are so excited. But just seeing like the smiles from ear to ear was incredible. And then there's been some bumps throughout the training experience. We on our first friends and family day we ran into a lot of hiccups with glassware, so we had to figure out a different system for that and work through those problems and try and find solutions. So that was really good for us. So I think just like preparing us for opening day. Now we've seen all the hiccups that can go wrong, and now we're here to get it hopefully like right, 90% right today.
Yeah.
So that's been pretty eye-opening too.
Awesome. And so while Postino, how do you balance kind of being part of a larger brand and then still keeping each location community focused?
It's a great question. We do a lot of we really get into our community because we just build so many great regulars, and people always come to us with requests for donations and wanting to host special events. And we're actually doing a great opening event with a precious child. So they are a resource for children and families to get essential resources and stuff in our community. It's a nonprofit. So we're actually doing an event with them on July 30th, and they're going to be on site from 4 to 7. So we have a lot of community outreach that we try to do. And then also with our leadership team, a couple months ago, we went and worked at the food bank and tried to support there as well. And then just our regulars, like spreading our word, they're family to us. So any way we can support them and what they want to do and how they want to reach the community, we try and help and support if it's within our limitations,
Yeah.
And then, gosh, I don't know, just being a place for people to come and celebrate their, engagements and weddings, or maybe they had a death in the family and we can just be here as, somebody to provide a service and welcome them in. Like people celebrate all walks of life here. It's insane. And it's awesome. It's a great feeling. Great. So we try and get involved in the community in that way.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a couple personal questions. Red, white, or rosé?
Ooh, I love a good New Zealand Sauv Blanc, so white wine. That would be my go-to for sure.
Awesome.
Especially for the summer.
Yes, very good. Yeah. And then charcuterie board must have. Do you like the cheeses, the meats, something unexpected?
I think I like the salami and the cheeses. So I'd probably go for our chef's charcuterie. Like I said before, I'm just a sucker for a good, like shareable plate that you can kind of make and curate yourself. That's just me.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, we have a few more minutes. Is there anything that we haven't chatted about that you would like people to know about the location or the brand or anything?
Yeah. So today, our first 150 guests get this awesome trucker hat. I'm like trying to find my one without the sticker, but it looks like this. It says drinking wine at lunch is not a crime. So you can come in and grab yours. And then we're also giving out these really cute cookies.
Oh, those are
Find
cute.
my other one. I had another one. It's a bruschetta board, but I don't know where it went.
Oh no.
But I also have this one too. So we have some fun cookies that we're partnering up with Sugar Bloom. They're in the Orchard Center as well. And then gosh, let me just look at my notes real quick. I'm so sorry.
That's
On
okay.
July 12th, the Orchard Flower Design will be on site for customers to take home some floral arrangements. So you guys got to stop by then, get your fresh flowers, take them home to your mom or your dad. And so that's some fun stuff that we're doing today to celebrate. And we have this cool balloon arch out front. So great picture moment. And then we have a wonderful patio. TBD, we're getting misters in a few weeks. So because our patio is just, full of sun. So bring your sunglasses, wear your sunscreen. And then we'll be also getting some more shade out there too. So for anybody joining us this week, it's really hot out there, but we have some more little tweaks to make out there for you guys.
Awesome. I love a good mister. That's my favorite. Drink wine under a mister.
Yes. Oh, and we also are dog friendly. We just recently adopted a dog, my boyfriend and I, and we find it really hard to find places that allow dogs in their patio. So just putting that out there. When I used to work at Lohi, I think we had like 18, our max we hit was like 18 dogs on the patio at once. It was insane. But we do love furry friends. So please bring them out here, but maybe not during the hot middle of the day heat. So yeah, we have water bowls, dog treats, all that good stuff.
Awesome. Great. Well, people can find you, if you could tell us your location one more time, that way people know where to go, and then maybe operation as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are located at 14588 Delaware Street. We're right next to Lazy Dog in the Orchard Street Center. And then I'm sorry, what was the last question? The last thing you said?
Your hours.
Oh, hours. Yes. So we are open Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Friday and Saturday, we're going to be open at 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. We do brunch on Saturday, Sunday. So Saturday, Sunday brunch is going to be from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. I'm sorry, did I say Friday, 10 a.m.? We open at 11 on Friday, but we close at 12.
Okay.
And then Saturday, Sunday, we do brunch 10 to 1. And then on Sunday, we do close early. We close at 10 p.m. on Sundays. And then again, happy hour till 5 o'clock every day. And Monday, Tuesday, board and bottle at 8 o'clock.
Awesome.
So
great.
It's a great time. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on with me today.
Yes.
People are going to be very excited to go check you guys out. I know a lot of people have been to your other locations, and we're thrilled that you were coming here. So
yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Awesome.
Thank you so much for having me. We're so excited, and I hope we see everybody today.
Yes.
Come on through.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks, everybody, and have a good rest of your week.
Thank you.